I suppose there's ups and downsides to living anywhere. I follow blogs of people living in tiny rooms in Japan and blogs of homesteaders living in rural America. My wife follows someone who lives in a car. I guess your life is what you make of it. We live in the countryside. Not the remote countryside, but rural enough that you have to plan your weekly shop carefully when you go into town, else you might be without your favourite goji berry smoothies until the next weekend. The cold weather is finally making way for some solid days of sunshine now. The wildlife is finally waking up. Flowers are coming out and things are really beginning to grow. Babies. Everything's having babies. There's been lots of fledgling birds recently, and these lambs, and Miles the cat has brought in a few cute baby mice, or parts of them, and all the seedlings growing as fast as they can in the sunshine. Our chickens can't have babies, as much as they'd like to, because we don't have a rooster. It's been really annoying them, so much so that Hey Hey has got broody again. It's the third time she's done this since we got her last year. She'll sit in the nest box for 4 or 5 weeks, incubating her imaginary egg, willing it to hatch. She forgets to eat sometimes, so I take her out and feed her some pasta to keep her energy up. She'll break out of it in the end. I had to take her out this morning because it was time for the bi-annual mega chicken coop clean-up. The coop gets a basic de-pooping once a fortnight, but the bi-annual mega clean-up is the works, de-pooping not only the coop, but the run underneath. The coop is easy to de-poop in this weather. Anything wet dries out quickly and is collected in a bucket. I'd top up the sawdust if needed, but I didn't need it this time. I buy bags of wood chip for the run's floor. Wood bark gets all soggy and mouldy, so the internet tells me, so wood chip is the way to go. It also gives them something to scratch around in. They have little perches to reach the water in their chicken food, and these get covered, so they need a good scrubbing to get them clean. The whole thing takes 30 minutes or so. Once you've got it all set up, keeping chickens really isn't that time consuming. The chickens like a dust bath, but I've run out of the special soil you can get from Amazon that they bathe in, so a bucket of my daughter's sandpit sand should be okay. She won't notice I've taken the top off her sandcastle. No, don't eat the sand. Why are you eating the sand? Why are you eating? It's a dust bath. Oh my god. You can't win. First it was cold and wet for months, and now it's too hot. Water management is the key. Got to keep everything hydrated. But if you can do that, things will grow. The lettuce conveyor belt continues. I pulled one up for our barbecue burgers yesterday, which leaves a spare pot for one of the babies to be transplanted. Got to be gentle with the roots. In you go. In a few more weeks you'll go great with some tomatoes. The greenhouse has been getting a lot of visitors recently. Nice to know they haven't moved out of the area. Important to always keep the window open for them so they can get out once they've pollinated the... whatever this is. The rescue fuchsia is very happy and flowering lots. I won't touch it at all, I'll just let it stay here the whole season. That bee hasn't found the window yet. These are 3 apple seedlings I grew from 3 pips from a supermarket apple. I wasn't expecting them to grow so well, to be honest. I'll need to separate them into individual pots soon. The radishes are growing really fast. I sowed them too close together, I didn't realise they'd grow so big. Another week and I'll have to eat some to thin them out a bit, I think. Oh, good God, I don't believe it! I turned my back for 5 minutes to inspect my radishes, and the chickens have escaped and tore up the vegetable patch. The carrots are ruined, half the onions have been dug up, and what's this? They've been at the flower box. Not a good move, girls, just before we decide what to have for Sunday lunch. Oh, you're so annoying. I've just spent 30 minutes cleaning out your coop. My wife tells me to calm down. The chickens don't understand what I'm saying. I'll tell them off with a lettuce. That'll show them. No more escaping and digging up the vegetables, girls, okay? Actually, my wife doesn't much like carrots anyway, so I'll plant something else there instead. Well, that was an exciting day. Lots of high drama, but no major damage done. The cat certainly enjoyed the show. Sifa's building up the energy to eat her dinner. Little does she know that Miles has already eaten it for her and is ready for his late afternoon pre-nighttime nap. The sun is setting. The chickens have made their way back to the coop, having some water before going up to roost. Sifa is wondering where her dinner is. She's not impressed when I tell her she's too late. Oh, okay, I'll open a can of tuna for you in a second. I just want to hear the blackbird a bit longer. He comes out as the sun goes down to sing. I guess he's found a mate by now and is singing to mark his territory. I hope he's not lonely, like my broody chicken, looking for a rooster to... Well, anyway, there's pros and cons to a life as a pet. You might not be able to have babies when you want to, but you do get lettuce and a clean coop every 6 months. Well, Mr. Blackbird, you do your thing. I'm off to open a tin of tuna for Sifa and watch what the person living in a one-bed flat in Tokyo has done today. Night-night.